Okay, so I'm here with Anna Marie Estrada, and she's a filmmaker behind this short film that's happened to you. Welcome to Valencia. Lovely to meet you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're more than welcome. So, yeah, I know what the film is about, but for the sake of the viewers, can you tell me what's the synopsis of this?
Well, this happened to my dad, and I think it happens to all of us in one way or another. You know, sometimes some people greet you and you look at the person and you say, I don't remember this person,
Yeah.
but at one point you are hoping that you will remember. So my dad is a person who's all constantly taking care of his health, and we always tell him, don't worry about it, you're never gonna get an Alzheimer, but he gets very obsessive with it. So it happened this to him. He went one day buying something and this person grabbed it, and he was trying to convince himself that he didn't have an Alzheimer. And he says, in one moment or another, I will be able to know when had I met this guy, because I don't have an Alzheimer, and my wife is not right. She's wrong. So we, and that's when he told us the story about and how it went. I decided to write. This is about obsession with health. Like we all have obsessions.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is one of the obsessions that I wanted to light out. If you don't remember something, it doesn't mean that you have something terrible. It means that you just forget. You know. And I think people on the third age, they are more prone to feel more subjected to their own behavior or their own feedback from people or their own health, or they create some sort of illnesses, or they constantly question themselves. Am I okay? Is my liver okay? Is my head okay? They're constantly checking. So that's what I wanted to write and to show and to shoot it, and I think I'm pretty happy when it came out. Some people laugh of sessions, and that's what's my idea of writing. Of course, I make some things circumstantial, like the woman and the film, and I just added some ingredients to it, but basically
embellish.
Embellish.
Is that the right word?
Exactly.
Thank you. I'm really quite interested in. I know we were talking the other day at the restaurant, and I knew obviously from the entry you made, but your background is quite interesting. How you actually became a filmmaker. So if you could perhaps tell us, you were connected with film, but you weren't actually a filmmaker. Is that right?
Yeah, because I am a starving actress.
A star. We can just stop now.
And I said, okay, I need to. I cannot be waiting, for somebody to call me and be in the film. And I said, well, I'm gonna start writing and do things and start doing my own films and produce them. And I was from actor and the stage. I started working in the movies, and I found it fascinating. I found it so enriched. I found that I could repeat it and watch it many over and over again. And I really got fascinated on the cameras. I really feel that as a trainer, as an actor, then jumped as an actor in the film, I could do my takes very easy and fast.
Did you find it liberating? I don't know if that's the right word. Maybe the wrong word.
Liberated. I think I found another side of myself that I didn't know that I would be comfortable in camera. So once I tried it, I loved it, because how bad can you be? You try like 4 times and you look awful in camera, and you don't do good your lines and with a strong meaning. So again, my background in acting on the stage had helped me to be able to be in cameras, but really do my takes, easier.
And is it possible? I mean, is the enjoyment you get from it different to the enjoyment you get acting? I know it seems like a silly question, but they're all connected. But they're all connected, aren't they?
No, it's not silly. No, not at all. the thing when you get in the audience, a live audience watching you, is another type of energy. It's another type of high. It's another type of feeling when you are in front of the stage. You have the energy of the people, and you could feel it that they are with you. You take into this whole thing of on the play, and they are with you. In the film, I feel that you depend on your partner, and sometimes your partner not even there, because sometimes the shooting is like that, and then you depend more on yourself, more in your technique, more in your work,
Yeah.
more in your imagination. It's different. You are in front of the camera, yes, you are working and you are doing it, you are being very more specific, I think, with your movements. It's more about, I guess, from your stomach up, no? It's more it's smaller but contained, and it's a different energy.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Well, I think I know what you mean. And
Yeah.
the story that you wanted to tell with this film, do you feel that the story that you have told is what you wanted, or do you looking back, do you wish I'd added this, or perhaps I'd have done so? I guess what I'm trying to ask is, everything you were hoping to put into this film, are you happy with with the finished film?
I wrote it in 15 minutes. The characters were talking to me, and then they stopped talking, and I said, okay. They stopped talking. I don't get nothing else to write about. And the first one who read my script was the nanny. She's from Peru, and I said, could you read this and tell me what do you think? And she started laughing, and she liked it, and I said, okay, good. So then I went to my friends, and they read it, and they liked it, and I said, I think I'm ready to shoot. I went to Peru, and I did it in 2 days, and I got really good crew, very good professional people, and I was very satisfied when I saw it. I cannot ask for more. Being my first baby, and being my first artwork, for the audience in a different route, in a different place, and now in TV and in the festivals, I'm pretty satisfied. And yesterday was wonderful, the feedback that I got from the filmmakers.
Yeah.
It was really wonderful to hear them and really honor your work and give you the feedback that you could really continue doing. And yesterday I started writing again, and I have another short film. And I think maybe my league is obsessions.
There's nothing wrong with obsessions. As long as
it
they're the
might
right
do
kind of
yes.
obsessions, yeah. So an interesting question I always like to ask is, or not always, sometimes I like to ask is, particularly when you've made one film and you suddenly realise what it takes, well, you knew what it took to make a film because you've been acting, but when you're actually behind the camera and you're calling the shots, so then suddenly, if there's a problem, if someone wants some kind of direction, if someone's coming to you because they've got an idea, and obviously you've got to decide. At the end of the day,
Yes.
it's down
Yes.
to you, right?
Yeah.
But then I guess the positive is that when you go to make your next film, everything you've learned from the previous film you can take with you, because you can then hone the production down, can't you? Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's kind of trying to find out what you've learned from making this that you can carry forward in terms of not, I don't know, cutting time or budget or whatever. But is there something? Do you think it's going to make quite a profound difference when you make your next film in terms of how you're going to make it? Because obviously you've done it now, haven't you?
Yeah. Definitely, you always learn. And what I learned doing this short film was that the actors, it was a hot day, it was a summer, and the actors have like a little bit of the stage. They were just talking to each other, and and it was really felt. The people were tired and they wanted to finish, but I think my end is exactly what I need for my character to be in the point to be like fed up with everything, because that was the closing of my short film. So everybody was in not such a great place because they want to finish one, but I found that I let that energy. So the character would say, "Yes, go to hell," but he really tells to everybody, to the whole set. you
Yeah.
know? So that to me, that was very interesting. Yes, I was just look their behavior, the both of them. And one of the actors will not say her lines correctly, and so we have to do it again, and and he was just kind of a little bothered by it, but in the end, just you wrap it up, because I think that's what we needed, and I said, okay, done, perfect.
And how did it feel directing actors? I mean, I know you've been with actors, I
Yes.
get that, but when it's your
Yeah.
production and you
Right.
you're calling the shots,
Right.
isn't there a point when you thought this feels a little bit weird, actually, because you're essentially telling people what to do, which is your job, isn't it? In terms, you're normally you're acting, but you're actually
Exactly.
directing these people. So was that an odd experience?
It is. First of all, I had great
course.
actors, and we got one day and we just read the script. We talked about it, and and they got it. What I wanted to convey, and we rehearsed it. And they give me their own ideas, and I say, okay, this piece is yours. Just go ahead and do it, and we're just gonna film. And I said, you come in from this door, you go to the door in this moment, and this all the directions that I needed to give them. And they were so good. They knew what to do.
Yeah.
When you have professional actors,
They know they know the score.
easier, and they already have their study already, the things that they would like to present. And I trusted them, and they were good, and yes, only have to just tell them where to come in, where to go, and to talk a little bit, some of the lines, and maybe if you think this line, you could say it in this way. Just think about, when you woke up in the morning and you went to sleep thinking that you're gonna have your hot chocolate, and you went to sleep with that idea, and you were thinking that tomorrow you're gonna do it, and you don't find the meal. What it will be your reaction? So just give me that. So we went through that little process, and as an actor, they got it. They knew what to say, what to do, and it was very good. But it was easier. The whole process was easy. I had a great camera guy. I had the best crew. So because it was my first baby, I said I need help.
Yeah.
I need help. I don't want to do something that will be acceptable by me. This is my baby. I need to take care of this, and I need to be really in love with it. And I really, when I saw the end of it in a DVD, I was like, perfect. I was with the editing room. I did everything that a normal filmmaker do. Has to be in the editing room, has to be in the sound room, has to be in the color room, and it was a big experience, totally different from being on the stage. On the stage, you put your makeup, you put your clothes, and that's it.
Bang, you're out.
You're out. And this one is on a different process, and it was a lot of work, a lot of time, and it's more detailing, and the results lasted for the rest of my life. As long as we're here, my
Your film's here.
my film.
Your film is here. That's right. It's there.
Yes, it's gonna be always for my kids, for the generations of my kids. So I try to put it in some place that nobody could, touch or destroy it. But that's the beauty about films, It's
It's there forever.
It stays forever.
Yeah, it's there forever.
Even when I'm gone, people are gonna be able to see it. So I think it's kind of interesting.
And what about? I know you said you had started writing again another script, but actually, is that your next project, or do you have something before that? What's coming up, if you can talk about it?
Well, I'm gonna be. I just came from doing a movie, and I'm being called for another movie in Peru as an actor.
Yeah.
And I'm working on that, and also I'm gonna have one of my movie open on September. It's called The Passion of Javier, and I had a nice, beautiful part there. And so, in my next project, I'm writing 2 scripts. One is a comedy, the other one is a horror. I don't know what I put myself into these situations, really, but it's your ideas. It needs to be put in a paper. It needs to come out. Otherwise, it's like a lion, it eats you inside. So you need to
That's
put
a great
it in,
analogy. I like that.
So you need to put it somewhere. Otherwise, it will kill me. And I said, I need to do this. It's just like I wake up and I start writing, you know, and it's when it's like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock, you start hearing noises because you are writing this horror movie, you know, you start hearing noises and say, I'm getting too scared right now, maybe I stop it. Because I guess you call entities, you call energies,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? So I start feeling weird stuff. So before I get weird, just go to sleep.
Perhaps we shouldn't talk about that.
Yeah, maybe I should. Yeah, so I should. Yeah, but maybe we shouldn't do it. Yeah, maybe one of the ghosts is here. But that's what I'm very ambitious, and I demand a lot from myself.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yes, and I wanted to finish this already, and my husband said, "Why don't you just do it one at a time?" I said, "I don't know. I wanted to, but it just this idea came, and it needs to be born, and I have to take it."
Oh no, you mustn't lose the passion. I think
Yeah.
I always think I couldn't be a filmmaker. I think because the dedication and drive you need, there's
Right.
only a certain portion of people that can do that. And there's people that, in my opinion, they'll say they're driven, but making a film is a whole different level, because if you've got to be either completely in or it's just not worth doing.
Exactly.
It is my opinion.
It's
anyway.
long process, you know.
It is a long process,
Yes.
and it's hard,
Yes.
and it's tough, and it's very long days, and it can be expensive, and you've got to balance a crew,
Yeah.
and it's endless. And I think
Yes.
anyone that does that, honestly, take my hats off to them.
It's a lot of work. It's definitely, I said to myself, it's easy to be an actor, you know. Now I appreciate directors because they go in a tremendous, stress. They go in tremendous work. So I say, okay, I want to continue doing this, but really, from I started writing to the making to do, it's labor. It's wonderful. You see the end results, and you never know if people are gonna like it or not like it. So you could always start liking your film, and you think, okay, I tried to be in the film and be a producer because I wanted it to create films for me, But I don't know. I end up directing me. I don't know. Life take me to this path, and I just follow. I just follow. I said someplace. I end up, so somebody is guiding me that knows better than me. So they say, okay, you have to do this, and I say, okay, I'll just go and do it, write it, and so far it has been a lot of satisfaction. My family are so happy that I'm here. My husband is so proud of me, and says, honey, it's great. It's nice to have really a wonderful husband. He supports me and everything. He's great.
That's wonderful. Listen, thank you so much.
Oh, please.
The film is fantastic.
Thank you very much.
A real pleasure to meet you, and you deserve it all.
Thank you for creating this space for all the filmmakers to come and present a baby.
Thank you. Lovely.